Did you know that there's 5 patterns that West Coast Swing followers hate? If you're leading any of these, you're probably getting spoken about in the women's restroom. For the past 25 years, I've traveled the world and I've pressed my ear to the door of women's restrooms, listening for the patterns that they hate. Really, maybe I just pulled Miss Megan and Miss Emily to come up with 5 things that you shouldn't do on the dance floor when you're leading. Number 1 is dancing unrecognizable moves. So when you dance a move that you just see and it becomes unrecognizable to the follower, they hate that. What I'm really meaning to do is leading a reverse whip. Megan now recognizes the reverse whip. So when I do my second version, it's a variation of that. And now, even if I get the hard part, the peel out, a little bit wrong, Megan then recognizes the pattern and she has an opportunity to dance her footwork through it. So number 1 is any unrecognizable pattern that isn't clear to your follower. Number 2 are flashy moves that you're not confident in. This happens to us all the time. Our students learn these moves and they learn these flashy moves and they sort of stand there and you can see the awkwardness in both of us. So anything that looks flashy that you're not confident again. And the way that you fix that is you go back and you look at the base pattern. So this is a hustle whip, right? Megan understands it's a hustle whip. Then I'm leading the hustle whip with a wrist clip. Then I'm leading a hustle whip with a wrist clip to a walk, and an inside turn anchor step. So anything
and the bow tie.
The bow tie. So anything that looks flashy that you don't understand, that the follower doesn't understand. Number 3 is any pattern where you yank the follower through a turn.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. So let me give you an example. This is just a simple passing tuck to an elbow catch to an inside turn. And what you need to worry about is where and when and why and how you turn the follower.
Yes.
So this is a passing tuck. Megan's gonna get to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On count 4, she can then rotate into her anchor step. And in this case, I wanna accelerate it because I'm doing number 2, the flashy move, and I wanna impress Miss Megan 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm gonna accelerate this and 5, and 5. Now she's gonna step forward for 6, and I have to put her on that foot 6 before I rotate her. So what I want you to do is not yank your follower through turns, and by doing that, you're gonna identify which foot she's on before she turns. Boom, that's the foot she's on. Now I can accelerate the turn. Then that's the foot she's on, and I can accelerate the turn from there. So number 3 is anything that you're yanking turns. Number 4 is an extension of that. Anytime the leader turns, you have to not only worry about your follower's rotation, but yours. And in that case, you guys didn't see it. I forearm shivered Megan in the head. So you need to worry about that too. That's number 6. Anytime you get whacked in the head.
I feel like that's more my responsibility though.
I would say that. I would say that. So leaders, anytime you're turning, here's another example of where I might turn and I will confuse my partner.
Confuse or, not protect.
So anytime that I'm turning, I have to do 2 things. I have to worry about where she turns, number 1, and number 2, I have to then use the skill of my turn. So an easy example would be this sugar tuck, right? 2, 3, and 4. That's the beat that she is turning on, or that's the foot that she's turning on. So I have to wait till Megan gets to count 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's when she turns. Now I have to layer in my turn at the same time. So there's a double skill. So when you just go to class and you learn a pattern that it goes over her head and it goes over your head, it's not mindless. You have to identify which foot is my follower on, boom, and then I have to manage my turn. So there's 2 things you need to worry about, her turn and yours. Now, number 5 is anytime you do a social dance where you don't lead one of the follower's favorite moves, and that's what we have in this video, the 5 patterns that every follower loves. You should use those in your social dance. If you want an unlimited supply of patterns, you should check out our pattern tree chart. Megan put it together. It shows how all the patterns relate back to the push, pass, and the whip. See you on the dance floor soon.